Have you ever wondered who held the reins of Europe's Renaissance era, shaping its course and influencing its future? Picture a family so powerful, they could steer the direction of an entire continent. This is the story of the Medici family. From the heart of Florence, Italy, the Medicis rose to become the unofficial rulers of Europe, their influence stretching far and wide. They weren't just any ordinary family, they were bankers to the world, their wealth rivaling that of modern trillionaires. The Medicis didn't just amass wealth, they used it to fund the arts, nurturing legendary artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, and shaping the cultural landscape of Europe. Their influence didn't stop at the arts. They were political puppet masters too, with 4 popes hailing from their lineage. They were the hidden hand that guided Europe's destiny. Join us as we delve into the intriguing tale of the Medici family, the trillionaires who owned Europe. Every towering tree once started as a small seedling, and so did the Medici. Our tale begins in the verdant plains of Tuscany, where the Medici family first planted their roots. In the early days, they were simple agricultural folks, tilling the soil and reaping its bounty. The family was not of noble blood, nor were they particularly wealthy. They were, however, diligent and ambitious, traits that would prove crucial in their rise to prominence. As the years passed, the Medici saw an opportunity to pivot from the fields to the flourishing world of finance. It was a daring move given their lack of prior experience in the sector. Yet they were not deterred. They recognized the potential that banking held, and they were eager to tap into it. The Medici Bank was thus established in the early 14th century, marking a significant turning point in the family's history. It was not an immediate success. The family faced numerous challenges in those early years, from navigating the complexities of financial regulations to winning the trust of their clients. However, their tenacity and shrewd business acumen eventually paid off. The bank soon gained a reputation for reliability and innovation. It introduced novel banking practices such as offering loans to the less privileged, which were unheard of at the time. These initiatives not only cemented the bank's standing in the industry, but also endeared the Medici to the masses. Gradually, the Medici Bank grew to become one of the most powerful financial institutions in Europe. Its influence extended far beyond the borders of Italy, with branches in key cities like London, Geneva, and Avignon. This network allowed the Medici to amass immense wealth and power, setting the stage for their ascendancy to the upper echelons of society. From the fields to the world of finance, the Medici were laying the groundwork for an empire. The humble beginnings of this dynasty serve as a reminder that with ambition, resilience, and a dash of ingenuity, even the smallest seedling can grow into a towering tree. But how does a family of bankers ascend to the pinnacles of power? The answer lies in the shrewd, strategic maneuvers of the Medici family, particularly the cunning and ambition of key members like Cosimo de' Medici. Born in the year 1389, Cosimo, often referred to as Cosimo the Elder, was not content with the family's banking empire. He yearned for more. In the early 15th century, Florence was a republic in name only. The real power lay with the influential guilds and their leaders, who controlled the city's political apparatus. Cosimo, recognizing this, began to carefully invest in these guilds, buying influence, allegiances, and ultimately, control. He was a master at playing the political game, using the family's vast resources to pull the strings from behind the scenes. But Cosimo's ambitions didn't stop there. The Medici family also sought alliances through strategic marriages. They married into influential families, thereby cementing their status in the upper echelons of society. This was a classic move, one that would intertwine the fate of the Medici with the power structures of Europe. Cosimo's grandson, Lorenzo de' Medici, would later continue the family's rise to power. Known as Lorenzo the Magnificent, he championed the arts, attracting the brightest minds of the Renaissance to Florence. This cultural might, combined with the family's political and economic influence, made the Medici a force to be reckoned with. The Medici family's ascent to power was not a simple journey. It was a calculated, strategic climb that involved political alliances, strategic marriages, and a keen understanding of the power dynamics of the era. Their rise to power was a testament to their cunning, their ambition, and their ability to navigate the complex world of politics and power. With shrewd strategies and advantageous alliances, the Medici family had successfully woven themselves into the political fabric of Europe. With a firm grip on power, The Medicis were ready to usher in an era of unprecedented growth and development. And so they did, propelling not just Florence but the entire continent into a golden age that would come to be known as the Renaissance. The Medici family, under the astute leadership of Lorenzo de' Medici, transformed Florence into a beacon of culture and learning. They were not just rulers, but patrons of the arts and sciences. They believed in the power of knowledge and creativity, and their influence was instrumental in nurturing some of the greatest minds of the time. Lorenzo, fondly known as Lorenzo the Magnificent, invited artists, poets, philosophers, and scientists to his court. Names like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Botticelli were regular fixtures at the Medici court, their talents flourishing under Medici patronage. Their masterpieces, which still captivate us today, were born out of this golden age. But the Medici's contributions weren't limited to the arts. They were pioneers in the world of academia, too. They established libraries and universities, making knowledge accessible to the public. The famous Medici Library, renowned for its vast collection of books and manuscripts, became a hub for scholars and thinkers. Their investment in education laid the foundation for modern scientific thought. They sponsored the work of Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, enabling him to make discoveries that would change the course of human understanding forever. The Medicis were also instrumental in the development of the banking system, introducing innovative practices like letters of credit, which revolutionized commerce and trade. Their financial acumen not only increased their wealth, but also contributed to the economic prosperity of Florence and beyond. Each of these endeavors was a testament to the Medici family's vision and commitment to progress. They didn't just rule, they led, they inspired, they transformed. They saw the potential in people and ideas, and they used their influence and wealth to nurture this potential. The Medicis weren't just rulers, they were visionaries, leaving an indelible mark on the world of arts and academia. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down. The Medici family, once the epitome of wealth and power, found themselves on a path of decline. A multitude of factors led to this downward spiral, and it wasn't just one misstep that led to their downfall. First, let's consider the economic crises that plagued them. The Medicis were once the pioneers of banking, their financial acumen unmatched. But as the years rolled on, they found themselves in a precarious position. Their extravagant lifestyles, coupled with poor financial management, began to drain their resources. They were borrowing more than they could repay, their debts piling up, and their once booming banking empire was starting to show signs of distress. Next, we delve into their political missteps. The Medicis, always the cunning strategists, started to falter in their political maneuvers. They found themselves making enemies in high places, their decisions leading to political isolation. Their influence dwindled, and they were no longer the puppet masters pulling the strings of Europe. And then there were the family feuds. The Medicis were not just a family, they were a dynasty. And like any dynasty, they had their fair share of internal disputes. Inheritance squabbles, power struggles, and betrayals started to eat away at the family's unity. The once tightly knit family was now a battleground, each member vying for control. In a span of a few decades, the Medicis went from being the ruling elite to a family in decline. Their wealth diminished, their influence waned, and their unity shattered. But this was not the end for them. Far from it. The towering Medici Empire was beginning to crumble, but their legacy was far from over. Empires fall, but their echoes can be heard for centuries. The Medici family's reign may have ended, but their influence persists, shaping the world as we know it. Their legacy is as enduring as the marble and stone of the architectural wonders they left behind. In the sphere of finance, the Medici family pioneered the modern banking system. Their innovation of bills of exchange, akin to contemporary checks, revolutionized commerce. They established branches across Europe, creating an international banking network that set the stage for today's global economy. In the realm of politics, the Medicis were master strategists. Their shrewd diplomacy and adept use of alliances and marriages for political gains laid the groundwork for modern political maneuvering. They were patrons of education, too, establishing the Platonic Academy, which fostered the intellectual spirit of the Renaissance. This emphasis on learning is mirrored in today's culture of encouraging academic inquiry and intellectual growth. Perhaps the most visible testament to the Medici legacy is their profound impact on the arts. As ardent patrons, they commissioned works from the likes of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Botticelli, sparking an artistic revolution that defined the Renaissance. The Uffizi Gallery, once office space for Florentine magistrates, now houses one of the world's most significant collections of Renaissance art, an enduring symbol of the Medici's patronage. Similarly, the Medici Chapel, a mausoleum housing members of the Medici family, stands as an architectural marvel. Designed by Michelangelo himself, it's a testament not just to the family's wealth and power, but also their deep appreciation for art and culture. The Medici family may have been bankers and politicians, but they were also visionaries. They recognized the power of art, education, and finance, and used these tools to shape society. They saw the potential in people, ideas, and the world around them, and their foresight continues to reverberate through the centuries. The Medicis may have fallen, but their influence continues to shape the world we live in. From the halls of the Uffizi Gallery to the foundations of our banking system, the echoes of their empire continue to resonate, a testament to the enduring legacy of the Medici family. The Medicis have long since passed, but their story continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists alike. Enter the Medici Project, an ambitious endeavor that began in the early 2000s. This project seeks to unearth the physical secrets of the Medici family, using modern technology to analyze the remains of this powerful dynasty. From skeletal remains to burial artifacts, each discovery offers a new glimpse into the world of the Medicis. By studying the remains of the Medicis, archaeologists and historians have been able to gain a deeper understanding of their lifestyle, health, and habits. For instance, the analysis of the skeletal remains has shown signs of arthritis, suggesting that despite their wealth and power, the Medicis were not immune to the ailments of their time. Moreover, traces of lead were found in the bones, an indication of the lead-glazed pottery they used, a luxury of the time, but a silent killer. The Medici Project has also shed light on the Medici's dietary habits. The analysis of isotopes in their bones revealed a diet heavy in marine resources, a testament to their wealth and influence. It's interesting to note that while the common folk sustained on a diet of grains and vegetables, the Medicis feasted on fish and seafood, a luxury indeed in landlocked Florence. But it's not just about the physical remains. The Medici Project has also uncovered a wealth of artifacts, from ornate jewelry to beautifully crafted burial clothes, each piece narrating a story of the opulent lifestyle the Medicis led. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this project is the uncovering of personal items that offer an intimate look into the Medici's daily life. From intricately designed hairbrushes to personal letters, these artifacts paint a vivid picture of the Medicis as individuals, not just as a powerful dynasty. The Medicis continue to reveal their secrets, adding new chapters to their already captivating tale. And as the Medici Project continues its work, who knows what other secrets lie waiting to be discovered. So, who were the Medicis really? In the grand tapestry of history, the Medicis were more than just a family. They were a force, a phenomenon that emerged from the humble beginnings of the Italian banking industry. Their story is a riveting saga of ambition, power, and influence. Starting as lowly moneylenders in the 14th century, the Medicis used their financial acumen to rise to the pinnacle of power, ruling Florence for centuries. Their reign wasn't just about political authority, it was a testament to their financial prowess, their strategic alliances, and their ability to navigate the turbulent waters of the era. The golden age of the Medici family was indeed a golden age for the arts and sciences. They were the patrons of some of the greatest minds of the time, including Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Galileo Galilei. They commissioned great works of art and architecture, fostering the Renaissance and leaving an indelible imprint on the cultural landscape of Europe. But like any great saga, the Medici story was not without its dark chapters. Their power began to wane in the 17th century, marred by a series of poor decisions, ill-conceived ventures, and escalating conflict. The once mighty family found themselves embroiled in wars, exiled from their city, and eventually their grand dynasty came to an end. Yet the legacy of the Medicis endures. Their contributions to art, science, and culture continue to resonate in the modern world. They transformed Florence into a beacon of the Renaissance, left a treasure trove of art and architecture, and laid the groundwork for modern banking. In death, they continue to captivate as archaeologists unearth their remains, offering tantalizing glimpses into their lives and times. The Medicis were not just a family, they were a phenomenon, a force that shaped the course of history, leaving a legacy that transcends time. The Medicis were not just a family, they were a phenomenon that shaped the course of history. But what does the story of the Medicis mean for us today? Well, to start, the Medici family's narrative is a vivid reminder that power is not merely about wealth, but also about influence. Their ability to leverage their financial prowess to shape society, politics, and the arts is a lesson in the multifaceted nature of power. In a world still driven by capital and clout, it's a lesson that continues to echo. Then comes the aspect of resilience. The Medici family saw the peaks of success and the valleys of failure. Yet, their adaptive spirit, their ability to rise from the ashes of their own downfall, is an inspiring tale. It's a story of resilience in face of adversity, a trait that remains as relevant today as it was in the 15th century. Let's not forget innovation. The Medicis were known patrons of the arts and sciences. They fostered creativity, nurtured talent, and were instrumental in triggering the Renaissance. This spirit of encouraging innovation, of pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding, is something we can all learn from. In a rapidly changing world, the willingness to embrace new ideas and technologies is essential. The Medici family's story also teaches us about the importance of vision. They saw beyond the confines of their own time, investing in art and architecture that would endure for centuries. They understood the value of leaving a lasting legacy. Today, as we consider our impact on the world, the concept of legacy, of leaving something of value for future generations, is more important than ever. Lastly, the Medicis serve as a reminder of the potential pitfalls of unchecked ambition and power. Their story warns us that power without accountability can lead to downfall, a lesson that is particularly relevant in our current socio-political climate. So, in essence, the narrative of the Medicis is not just a tale of a bygone era, it's a story teeming with lessons about power, resilience, innovation, vision, and accountability. It's a story that continues to resonate, to influence, to matter. The Medici's tale is a testament to the enduring power of vision, innovation, and resilience. The tale of the Medicis is a journey through time, filled with power, passion, and profound influence. From their humble beginnings in the bustling streets of Florence, they rose to become the unseen puppet masters of Europe, their wealth and influence as vast as the continent itself. The golden age of the Medici was a testament to their indomitable spirit, a testament to their relentless pursuit of power and prestige. Yet, even the mightiest of dynasties are not immune to the relentless march of time. Their downward spiral serves as a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of power and wealth. But even in their decline, the legacy of the Medici endures. Their patronage of the arts, their influence on banking and finance, their contribution to the Renaissance, all stand as enduring reminders of their influence. As we wrap up our journey through the enigmatic world of the Medicis, remember, every page of history has a story to tell, and every story has a lesson to teach.